Hello, welcome to a short tutorial on my favorite band exercises. So I'm going to do more explaining and just showing on one side rather than doing like a follow along video. So let's get started. We'll start with some leg exercises. We're going to take the band, loop it underneath the foot, grabbing with the opposite hand. Now we're going to find both of our sit bones. Top of our hips is going to be pressing into the back of the chair. Bottom of the rib cage is also on the back of that chair. I'm going to take a moment to squeeze the lower part of the quad here, the part that makes your kneecap lift. Nicely tense that muscle. And then we're just going to take the leg out, pressing it into the band and back. And then you can think about sending that elbow behind you, just like this. Now I like grabbing with the opposite hand and sending the elbow back, and also cueing to weight more and more into this hip, because as we're working that lower part of the quad, we're also working on restoring a good rotation in the spine that goes towards having neutral posture. So from here, after this exercise of getting that lower part of the quad, I like to change it up by bringing that knee in, maybe even grabbing the hand to hug here, and then we're going to press it out. So then if you have a hard time keeping that stack, you can stay in the back of that chair, or if you want more range of motion, you can come forward. So we're lifting up, getting that top part of the quad and hip flexors here, and then we press it out and get more hamstring. So as we press it down, hamstring, hip flexors. Now while we're here, we could also work calves if we want in either of these exercises. I usually think the hip flexor one works a bit better, because at the top part here, you can press into that band. If you have it more supported, it can roll here. Works better with tennis shoes. But you press it down and up for that lower part of the foot into the band. And then that works the smaller of the calf muscles. And then when you're straight out here and you press in, it works the big calf muscle, or the muscle that we think of the calf. So there. So those two moves with the band get the quad, the hamstring, and the calf, and also a little ankle stability. And then, of course, you can do it on the other side. So moving on to back, you could, of course, take the band under both feet and lean forward and row and everything to try to get those back muscles. I kind of find that there's a weird shifting that happens, and very often you get it actually more in your shoulders with the band, or potentially the bicep and going into your neck when you do double though. So I tend to like to go single arm. So I like to take it on the foot and then bringing it to the side, either holding on with the other one, or you can take both on both sides, depending on how much strength you want. And then I like this because it allows you to kind of hinge and support yourself by putting your hand on your thigh, turning your collarbone more towards that front knee. And then you row up, and then you're squeezing that shoulder blade towards your spine, and it works your lats and your back a bit better than that double. And then since I don't like moving the band around a lot, from here I like to go to bicep. So after I do my rows, I'll sit up tall, get that stack, maybe have them scoot back, and then go into the biceps. So I just loosen it, get that long line from knuckle to wrist, and then lift into that basic bicep curl. And as you're doing this, you're weighting more and more into that hip. And then from here, you can loosen a bit more, flipping the palm down and lifting up, still getting biceps working in a little different range, and then also working forearm and that front bicep, that palm facing forward bicep curl. And then from here, we'll move on to triceps. Now you can do the kickback when you're in the row, but I find that's harder to get into your tricep, and it tends to go more into shoulders. So that's why I really like this tricep exercise more, because this is a great training tricep exercise to actually feel what the triceps engagement is supposed to feel like. It's a bit tricky to get into though. You hold the band with one arm, and then you throw it over your shoulder. You might have to lean over to get that to actually come to the side. and then you come and you grab the band. Then from here, you want to bring that elbow back, roll that shoulder back as much as you can. And then you can always use the back of your chair to find that hip and low ridge reference. So you got that nice stack. And then you just press down and up. And this is really good to actually get true engagement in the back of that arm. So that's a nice, good tricep exercise. And then, of course, you do the other side. And again, since I don't like moving the band around from here, I usually like to take the band in front like this and hold it here, grabbing here. And then depending on how high you can lift your elbow will change the nature of this exercise. So you can do it with your band, your elbow low, your palm is facing towards you, and then you just pull away. And then this will be getting more biceps than triceps, but it'll be working your biceps and triceps in a different way, and you can feel that. And then if you have the range of motion, or you can work up to getting that elbow lifted high, still lower than your shoulder, but lifted up high, facing here, and then you pull out. And then at this angle, you can really feel that eccentric contraction of the bicep going out, and then that eccentric contraction of the tricep coming in. So that works there. And then I like to come here. And again, you can have the elbow here, and then you'll be feeling a little bit more in shoulders. And then if you're up here, you'll feel it more in the back of your arms. But either version, I like them really good, as well as actually the one going out here. I like this because it really stabilizes the elbow, which is one of the main reasons why I like doing this exercise. So your palms are facing forward, and then you lift up here and back down. And there you go. So we hit quads, we hit hamstrings, calves, chest, back, and all the little muscles in the arms. So I hope that helps, and thank you for watching. Talk to you later.